Here we have the Line 6 M9. It's a very cool effect, my favorite multi-effects unit. And because there's so much flexibility with the effects, you get over 100 effects in here, and a looper, which is super cool. And you have a ton of stuff going on here. So let's just take a quick look at some of our options right now that are all very cool. First thing is each effect is color-coded. And if we look right over here under the M9, mine's a little beaten up as you can see. Delays are in a green color. Mods are blue. Distortions are yellow. Filters are this kind of a purpley violet color. And reverbs are this orange color. So what that means is that's going to match up with any of the effects that are being played at that given time. So what does that mean? As you can see, each of these windows, or each of these little lights here, are lighting up a color already. Here we have blue. This is yellow. Here we have green. So that's telling me what effect is in that particular unit right now. So this is blue, and if I step on that, I can see over here that my effect window turned blue as well. And it says analog chorus. Now, that's a modulation effect. A chorus is a modulation effect. Modulation effects are choruses, flangers, phase shifters, anything that kind of makes those warble a little bit. That's a modulation effect. Okay, now we have delays. And our first thing right here is also a delay. If I step on that, you can see that I changed to this sort of green color, and the light is green as well. Let me turn this off, a little glare here. Now what's really nice is I can see that I have a blue right down here, but it's light. It's not very bright. So that means it's letting me know that there is a delay, a modulation in that pedal space. But if I want to turn it on, then it gets bright. And as you can see, the light over here in the window changed as well to match up. Now, if you notice these lights are changing color, what is indicated over here in the display window is the last effect you turned on. Okay? So I'm going to turn everything off. So it says all effects bypassed. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to turn on here. We've got a blue comp. So that's actually a distortion. It's yellow. Step on here, I have an analog chorus. So it's lighting up from the last pedal I stepped on. Right here, I have a delay with mod. So let's hear what those sound like. I'm going to turn off the comp. So you see it dropped in volume. So it's here. Let's have a ping pong delay. And here, I turn this on. Barber pole phaser. Let's see what's in this patch right here. Tube echo. I've got a number of delays on. I've got two delays at once. So it lights up the last one that you turned on. And if I turn this off, it lights up the previous last effect you had on. In that case, it was the barbershop pole. Okay, so that's pretty easy when you start messing around with it. You can kind of get a handle on that pretty quickly. Okay, let's just talk about the general layout. We're going to go into each section in depth here, but I just want to talk about the general setup here. We have 3 effects that we can use at once. So imagine we have 6 pedals on our board. We can only use 3 at one time. So what's really cool here is that I can choose from any one of these 2 effects in effect unit 1, 2, or 3. So I can have them in any version that I want. I can have this one on, and that one on. I can change it to that. I can move all these things around. But I can only have one on per unit. So 3 effects at once, a choice of 6 in total. So it's pretty cool. All right, so now there's a lot of multiple functions going on here when you step on things like setup, tuner. You see this little line right here in the bottom. If I step on these 2 together, it goes into setup mode. Now what setup mode is, and we'll go into detail on that, is I can choose if I want to save my presets to somewhere else, change the contrast, if I want to put on a noise gate. If I go through here, we can go through all this shortly, but I can check my looper levels, I can change expression pedals, all these really cool things, my scenes, my order of my effects, all sorts of stuff. So that's what setup mode can do. So if I turn that back off, I'm back into the regular pedal mode, which is cool. You turn the 2 of these together at once, and it goes into setup mode, and I can just hit any one effect, and then actually hit those 2 together, and then I'm back into regular mode. Great thing to have here, tuner. Now I have it on silent, which is great, so I can tune up my guitar. It must have, so it's great. Not only do you get all these great effects, you get a tuner as well, so pretty awesome. These two buttons down here pressed together is the scenes, and we'll get into that. What that means is, what's very cool, is we have 6 scenes, and we have 4 scene setups in total. So in other words, we can have 6 different groups of effects right here, right now. So if I'm in scene A, and that'll match up to all these. If I press scene B, then I can have a different whole configuration. So I have 6 scenes per window, which is really pretty cool. Get 24 different sort of setups going on. Okay, so I want to get out of scenes again. And right here, press my scene. There we go. Now, if I want, I have a tap tempo, which is awesome for all these effects that I can use. So I can set that to be the tap tempo for my delays, of course. I could also set it to be the speed of my modulation effects, or any time-based effect. I can use this. So I could set it to be the tremolo speed, so it's very cool. And finally, if I hold this down, looper on. So you can't miss that. Big momentary things, looper on. And that's what all these words mean. You know, undo, redo, record, overdub, play, stop, half speed, reverse, play once. So when we get into looper, I'll show you all that. But one thing you have to remember, if you're in looper mode, you have to remember to turn yourself off of looper mode, because you could be stepping on buttons and nothing will be happening. Okay, so that is the basic overview of the Line 6 M9. Now, once again, what's really cool, I'm going to run into just a clean sound here. And I'm just going to change some of these as I go along.